Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of a couple new nano quads from WLtoys. This is the V676 and this is the V646. This is, basically a CX10 clone. It's got the same size and body and design. Comes in I think, three different patterns and colors. It's kind of has this is a green UFO one. I think there's like an American flag one, a Canadian flag one. This one's a little more unique. I don't think there's any nano quad that looks quite like this. I mean, it's kind of like the CX023 and whatnot that have these protective prop guards on them. But this center, circle design and whatnot is pretty unique. So that's pretty cool looking, and that comes in a few different colors as well. And of course, since it comes in green, I got the green one. I think Banggood sent me some like pre-production ones to review here, so I don't have like actual retail boxing, but I think they will, eventually come with an actual, decent looking retail packaging. This is the transmitter, which is kind of your typical nano transmitter style, except for it's got shoulder buttons instead of clicking the sticks. You've got on the left shoulder button, you've got two different rates, and it only has one yaw rate, but it's a pretty good yaw rate. On low rates, it's a pretty slow nano, which to me is a good thing. It makes it nice and easy to fly on low rates, and then you can turn up to high rates and then get a little bit faster flight out of it, and it's pretty fast on high rates. The right bumper here is your flip mode, so you hit it and then put the right stick in whichever way you want to flip, and it does nice tight flips, pretty good flips on these. It comes with a spare set of props and a USB charging cable. Again, these are two different products, but they bind to the same transmitter, so they each come with this same stuff I'm showing. I'm just going to review them at the same time since they're basically the same thing other than the look of them. The main thing that is new and unique about these, though, is that they have headless mode. So that's the mode where you turn it on, and whichever way the front is faced at the time that you turn it on, that is always up on the right stick. So, say I turn it on with the nose facing away from me, but if, so I'm on headless mode turned on. Now if I rotate to the left, up on the right stick is still going to move away from me. Even when I rotate again, now facing me, up on the right stick still moves away from me. So the right stick orientation always stays the same regardless of which way the quad is actually facing. However, I find that mode doesn't really quite work that well. It works better in this than I've seen it work in other things like the V646, which it just didn't work at all for me. It does actually work decently well in this, but after a while it kind of loses its orientation. So, forward and backward may be this way at one point, but then it may kind of start shifting off, and next thing you know, forward is an entirely different direction than when it started. And since you aren't really in control of that, you don't really know where it's going to go at any one time. So it's a really weird mode to me, and I can understand it being attractive to new pilots that aren't familiar with orientation. But it's a really bad thing to rely on. It teaches bad habits, and I'm just not really a fan of it. And I don't think it works that well. But I think it uses like I think it's called a magnometer. I don't know how you even say the word, but it uses Earth's magnets, basically, like the magnetic force in the air and whatnot. So I'm sure it's affected by things in your house or around you or different parts of the world. So maybe it works better other places than it does for me. I don't really know, but I wouldn't suggest relying on that mode too heavily. You're better off learning proper orientation. But anyway, enough of my rambling about headless mode. But you turn that mode on by holding both sticks out to the corners, so left stick down left and right stick down to the right, and then the LEDs will start blinking, and that's how you know it's in headless mode. And then you do it again to turn it off. I have not found how to recalibrate the accelerometer, so I don't know if you can or not. Both of them have 100 milliamp hour batteries, and they take about 40 minutes to charge. This one you get about 3 minutes and 45 seconds flight, and then this one you get about 3.5 minute flights because it's a little bit heavier with the prop guards. However, I found the prop guards are a little bit fragile. You'll see here I've already got one. I broke it. I landed, I crashed, and it landed right on the prop guard and basically just folded it. I mean, it did not even, handle its own weight falling to the ground. So I wouldn't rely too heavily on the prop guards, and they are kind of built onto the frame. They're molded into the plastic, so no replacing them. And I tried to super glue it. As you see, it's got glue all over it, and it just didn't hold. There's just not enough, plastic there for the glue to really work well. So that guard's pretty much done for. Let's see, anything else to say? It has the blue LEDs in the front and red LEDs in the back, so nice, good orientation there. And something you're probably wondering, since I hated on the WLtoys V646 nano so much, and these both kind of had the same problem. I find that after a few minutes of flying, they get leaning really hard. I don't know what it is. I mean, it'll start off just fine and it'll hover normally, go up and down, but after kind of flying around for a while, it's like the accelerometer gets confused and all of a sudden it wants to lean really hard to the side, and if I let off the right stick, it just dips down and just shoots off in a certain direction, and so I have to stop flying, turn everything off, turn it back on, and then it's fine again. So it's like the accelerometer just gets confused. And I've had a lot of people tell me different, you can jam stuff into the motors and make the motors tighter because they kind of vibrate and move around, and that throws the accelerometer off, or maybe the battery shifts around inside the body, so if you put something to hold the battery down tighter, then the battery won't shift. But I don't know, that's a lot of work for a $20-$30 nano quad, whatever these things are, and it doesn't really seem to me like that's the issue. Like, why if it has to do with the motors vibrating, can I just turn it off and turn it back on and it's fine again? So I don't know, I'm just really confused with that. But when they fly great. It's just that weird accelerometer confusion that happens every once in a while. So I'll go give them a flight. We'll fly both of them for a minute or two and kind of show what they both look like, and maybe I can get that accelerometer issue to. Oop, that's my cat Marble back there sneezing. But anyway, yeah, let's go take them for a flight, and I'll see what I can show you. All right, let's check it out. Alright, this is the flight review of the WLtoys V646 and 676. I'll start out with the 676 and see if I can just kind of show off the flight characteristics and whatnot. And then we'll test the headless mode on the 646, since it's got the protective guards on it and everything. Alright, bound up. Start out on low rates. And alright, trims are all centered. So it should start off pretty nice. Let's do some flipping while we can. So really nice tight flips. Oh, that's full right. I think I'm already getting the, yep, there it goes, wants to drift to the left really hard. Look at that, that's hands off on the right stick. So let's try to account for that on the trim. And it's drifting backwards. There's high rates. Looks like the yaw does not change. Kind of get back in the center of the room here. Oh, I'm all over the place. Trying to do some funnels, but not quite fast enough on the yaw for a tight funnel. Kind of drifts all over. Oh, there's, see, take my hands off the right stick, and it wants to drift hard to the back and the left again. I've already given a bunch of trim input. I've got full right and full forward trim right now. I can't give any more, and it's still drifting back into the left. Look at that. That's hands off. Oh, I can barely even move right now. Hands off. Oh, I can't even fly forward or left. So I don't. It's just after a while. Let me put my trims back. Let's listen to how many trims I've got clicked in here. Alright, there's center, and here's the right trim. Alright, so now my trims are back centered, and let's see what happens. Maybe it re-centered itself after sitting there, but... Yep. Oh, it's still, that's hands off. Still wants to fly backwards pretty hard. But it just gets worse and worse as you fly. I mean, I had full right and full forward trim, and I couldn't correct it with the stick even. So I just don't understand it. The B272 did the exact same thing. So I feel like it's something wrong with the WLtoys accelerometer programming. I don't think it's a hardware problem. I think it's their programming. I mean, because every single one of their nanos that I've seen so far has done the exact same thing. Really nice flips though. I still think, you know, I don't think that this is worth getting over the Shearson CX10, especially since they've got the CX10A coming out now with Headless Mode. So if you got your heart set on Headless Mode, there's a CX10 with Headless Mode now. So anyway, let's take that in for a landing. I think I showed the flight characteristics that I was talking about there. And now let's sync up to the 646 here and try some Headless Mode. Alright. Make sure my trims are recentered again. And let's start out on the ground. And now I hold both sticks out to the outside corners, and now the LEDs blink, and so that tells me it's on Headless Mode. So now forward should always be forward this way, because that's the way the head was pointing when I turned it on. So, okay. Now I turn, and forward still that way. Kind of. Turn towards me, forward still that way. Turn this way again, forward is still that way. And so now I should be able to, I can just kind of spin the whole time and keep moving in that same direction. See, but it's already starting to go, see now forward's a little bit more to the left. Oh, see now forward's almost completely diagonal left now. I'm just moving forward and backwards, see? Oh, so it just slowly loses its orientation. Now forward is almost completely left. Now I have no idea. There we go, forward now is left. So kind of hard to use this when you don't, oh, see I have no idea what direction's what now. Land it. So yeah, all I was doing was spinning and moving the right stick up and down, and it just slowly makes its way and changes what direction is forward after a while. So I just do not recommend that mode at all. So let's just go back to normal flying. Looks like Headless Mode turned itself off there for some reason. So this is doing the same thing now. There's hands off. Now that's full forward. I'm giving full forward, hands off, full forward, full forward, full forward. It wouldn't even go forward now. And that's that prop guard's done. So yeah, there's what I'm talking about. It kind of folded itself over. I think that's almost completely broken off now. I don't get it. What is the deal, WLtoys? The V252 Pro is so good, and your nanos are just not working out. Alright, hands off. Full forward, full forward, full forward. Hands off. So let's, man, full forward, full forward, full forward, full forward. Hands off. High rate full forward. Let's try to give a bunch of trim. I've got, I think I've still got some forward trim to give. Alright, that is full forward trim, and it's still drifting backwards. And now I'm in high rates full forward. That is full forward and high rates. Hands off. Full forward, high rates. Full forward, full forward. It won't even, and now it's going backwards in full forward. It is literally flying backwards while I give full forward. Now let me just take off and see what happens. Oh, my prop guard, the prop guard's like sideways now. Can you see that? Oh man, this thing. I wanted to like these so bad, and I love the colors. Oh, prop guard flew off. So there's no fixing that either. That prop guard is not replaceable, built into the frame. Oh, don't fall behind the fridge. So yeah, I think I'm done showing that. Prop guard's completely broken off now. So anyway, I don't know. You know, maybe try your own luck with them. If you had success with the V272, maybe you'll have success with this as well. But for me, it's pretty much the same deal as the 272. It is just, it gets that crazy accelerometer issue and just wants to fly in a direction. You can't even counter it. I was giving I had full up trim, full forward with full rates, and it was still flying backwards. So that just sounds like a problem to me. I don't think that's some hardware. I don't think that's the motors vibrating. It's like the accelerometer just slowly loses what's level mid-flight. But anyway, that's the V646 and the V676 from WLtoys. And if you want to try your luck, check the video description for price and purchase links. And I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.